NBA basketball. On 2K. Now let's take a look at the Bucks. Opening lineup. Inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson. And it's Prince in at the 3. And for Orlando, the backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope. Isaac in at the 4 with Carter Jr. playing the 5. And it's Ben Carroll in at the 3. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
And the Bucks with the possession here, following the bucket by the Magic. Here's Antetokounmpo.
On that pick and roll, you have to always play Lillard to shoot, but he's smart enough to see those gaps, dumps it off to the man in the best position to score there.
Caldwell-Pope with a drive. Carter, the pass to Isaac. Outside, Caldwell-Pope. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Damian Lillard picks one up.
You know Caldwell-Pope can handle tough situations. He'll get into the mix and draw some fouls.
Good on both.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Prince finds Lopez. Got a hand on it. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Lillard against Suggs. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. It's stolen by Isaac. And Carroll passes to Caldwell-Pope. Pass to Isaac. Outside Carter. And Carroll surveys. Takes the 3. Rebounded by Lopez. Here's Milwaukee. Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time. Wow! I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Carter, a screen on Lillard. Caldwell-Pope for 3. From the arc. He buries it from 3. Caldwell-Pope's got 5 points.
Got to stay connected to Caldwell-Pope. Knockdown shooter, and he can get it going.
Lillard passes to Lopez. Fires in the triple.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Caldwell-Pope It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with head coach Jamal Mosley.
Of course, we talked mostly about Giannis Antetokounmpo, the focus of this one. Coach telling me I've lost sleep thinking about Giannis. He can just take over a game, no matter how you play him. We're hoping he'll be a little off tonight. Do off nights exist for Giannis, guys? We'll find out.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Isaac. No made baskets yet. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. Lopez on the double team. Isaac's shot is off. The Bucks have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Banchero against Jackson. A minute 15 left in the first quarter. And Suggs has got the ball here for Orlando. Trailing by 2. To the inside. And it's Isaac with the basket on the assist from Suggs.
Possessions that end with close looks, especially for guys like Isaac, those are key to winning games.
Lillard outside. And again, it's the Bucks missing. Orlando has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Isaac finds Banchero. Isaac with a screen on Prince. Here's Banchero. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
He can play big and tough. I mean, Banchero bangs his way in.
Here's Jackson. Out to Lillard. Inside. Isaac with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Banchero. Uses the glass on the layup. Banchero's got his second basket.
In transition, Banchero already knows to turn on the Jets. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense to catch up on him at all.
Lillard passes to Prince. Fires from deep. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And that does it for the first quarter. Orlando ahead. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And for the Magic guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Jackson out there with Gary Trent. And it's Prince in at the 3. Now here's Isaac. Banchero with it, guarded by Antetokounmpo. Paolo Banchero flushing it home.
Ooh, getting up there. I mean, Banchero wants everyone to know he's a threat to hammer it down.
Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not so bam! Paolo, what execution!
I mean, did you see the strength and force? I mean, that's what puts Banchero ahead.
Jackson against Banchero. Jackson gets the bucket.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
Pass to Banchero. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Wagner outside. Takes a 3. Drills it from deep.
Already an excellent passer at his position. Banchero just loves showing off his court vision.
Jackson surveying the D. Prince, the pass to Lopez. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lopez.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane.
Magic leading by 9. Wagner inside, covered by Lopez. The 3 from Suggs. And another 3 for Orlando.
They're starting to pull away here as their shots keep falling.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game, and you give everything to stop the other team's best player.
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Kicks it out to Jackson. Back to Prince. Pass to Jackson. The rebound by Carter.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Jackson, the pass to Trent. Back to Jackson. Now here's Lopez. Oh, nice D from Carter. Orlando leading by 13. On the wing, Suggs. From downtown, sinks it from distance. Suggs has got 10 points now, just in this quarter. All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, John Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Bucks trail by 16. Trent outside, and there's the drive. That shot missing. Great D that time from Banchero. Here's Orlando. They're on a 17-5 run. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Giannis able to get stops from anywhere on the court.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Well, Brent, he doesn't give you much inside the arc, but Trent Jr. is a sniper from deep.
Yeah, and Gary Trent Jr. knows exactly why he's on the floor, and that's to shoot the basketball. So continue to move, find open areas, wait for the ball, and then let it rip.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Milwaukee. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
Wow, Banchero using his size to find a path to the rim.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Banchero. Jackson, the pass to Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Yeah, once Suggs gets hot, he's not easy to stop, especially when he's getting whatever shot he wants.
Trent from long range. Yes, and a nice assist from Jackson. Trent's got 8 points here in the quarter.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Isaac buries it down low. And the Magic lead by 15.
And he did that so well in college. Suggs sharing it well in the league, too.
And Jackson, here we go. Giannis throws it down.
Woo! B.A., that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. Jackson against Suggs. And the foul called on Jalen Suggs. That's foul number 2 for him.
A great job to establish position and square up.
What substitution? Jericho Sims, Kyle Kuzma, Pat Connaughton, Damian Lillard.
Shoots. Can't nail the jumper.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And, folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Jalen Suggs with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, he's played with great energy in the first half. Very disruptive at the defensive end.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
The tandem at 1 and 2, Black and Harris. And then there's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then it's Goga Bitadze, and it's De Silva in at the power forward. So that's who Jamal Mosley starts the second half with. And Out of bounds. Milwaukee will have it. Orlando making a switch here. Wagner's checked in.
Number 21, Mo Wagner.
Here's Lillard. Oh, and he nails it from the high post.
There is this old school feel about Dame's game. Even though he utilizes the three, he'll get to the mid-range and bury those.
Shots good by Black. And the Magic lead by 15.
Whew, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Connaughton. To the inside. Here's Kuzma. Here's Sims. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. Milwaukee shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Shooting for Milwaukee.
So he picks up just one from the line that time. Orlando leading by 14. Pass to Black. To the wing, right side. Here's De Silva. Off with the layup. Second half of basketball. Just over a minute played so far. Now here's Lillard. Defense right on him. Connaughton outside. Here's Lillard. The three ball. It's rebounded by Wagner. Outside, Caldwell Pope fires the three. And that's a foul. Called on Pat Connaughton. That's his first foul.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Just over a minute and a half played in the third. Here's Black, covered by Connaughton. Just 5 on the clock. The Magic need to put one up here. Caldwell Pope for three.
Good defensive effort from Lillard there. He has the athleticism to play lockdown deep. Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
And here's Lillard. And again, it's the Bucks missing.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
This Magic team is making moves in the East. Star forward Paolo Banchero said, "We're a lot more competitive. We know we're talented. We can play with anybody, and we've proven it. Just one game at a time." Brian?
Got to take that simple approach. A team on the rise, Allie. Thank you.
Elevates and detonates the one-hand stuff.
Picture perfect. Kuzma outside. Puts up a deep three. And it's Orlando with a rebound. Here's Black, covered by Connaughton. Here's Batadze. Pure from three-point range. Batadze's got 5 now.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Kicks it out to Wagner. Kuzma with the double team. Here's De Silva. Here's Batadze, and he goes in for the dunk.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out, just going right for the slam.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
.119 left in the third quarter. And there's a pick. Lillard, the open look. And again, it's the Bucks missing.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
To get back on track. And Lillard gets it to go. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
Gotta like watching Lillard pull right up on the defense. Outstanding at catching him off guard.
Pass to De Silva. Caldwell Pope with it. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Oh, great D that time from Portis. Here's Sims. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
Great job setting him up. The timing of the pass was key.
Here's Black, covered by Connaughton. Right side, Caldwell Pope. And stolen by Connaughton. To the middle. Here's the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Magic. Here's Black. Oh, powered down with both hands.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
And so it's the Orlando Magic, ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. And a worthy candidate.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice. Because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor for Milwaukee. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Gary Trent is out there with Jackson, and it's Prince in at the small forward position. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Magic?
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
And something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Wagner. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Suggs, the pass to Banchero. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Isaac finds Wagner. Clock at 6. Isaac with a screen on Jackson. And it's Wagner missing. Milwaukee has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. The three from Suggs. Gets it to go. He's now 9 for 11 on the night.
Love the quick shot there. Suggs looking decisive and comfortable stopping and firing.
Jackson, the pass to Trent. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Prince against Wagner. And it's Prince with the three.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Pass to Isaac. Stolen by Jackson. In transition, here come the Bucks. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
Suggs against Trent. Crafty move. And Wagner with the layup.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
And so Trent will bring it up for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Wagner. Throws it up high. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo with a great read there in the screen and roll. He knew exactly when to back off the pick.
The kick out to Banchero. Carter, a screen on Jackson. The three from Banchero. Giannis with the rebound. The Bucks have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Offensive rebound. Pass to Lopez. Now here's Trent.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Wagner. Snatched up. Oh, rejected by Isaac.
We talk about Isaac's reach often, and they're using it to send the shot back. It's like he's doing pull-ups on the rim.
Looked like a schoolyard playground right there. Jackson outside. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Down low. Orlando with the rebound. Banchero's got 4 rebounds in the game.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Magic.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And what a huge performance it was for Jalen Suggs.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Milwaukee has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. Wagner against Jackson. Pass to Prince, and stolen by Banchero. Suggs against Trent. Carter from outside drains the triple.
You can feel the excitement in this arena. These guys have done one heck of a job.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Here's Prince. The putback controls the rebound and the putback.
Yeah, not sure. I would think the first guy you want to box out would be Giannis.
No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Now Suggs. Fires from way outside. Off target with the shot. So no problem for Orlando as they get the win. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One.
Indiana Pacers. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Walker in at the small forward position. And for the Magic, the post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. Franz Wagner is out there with Suggs. And it's Banchero in at the small forward. Hey, Clark, in tonight's game, what are you watching closely?
Well, the thing that jumps out at me, Kevin, is the guard matchup. I mean, both teams have tremendous backcourts, and I really think whoever is able to win or control that battle is going to win the game.
Now, here's Suggs. Pass to Banchero. Shot clock at 5. Hands it from downtown.
And he's got a nice fluid motion on his long-range shots. I think Banchero will be a consistent three-point shooter at the NBA level.
Turner with the screen for Halliburton. Outside Mathurin. Back to Halliburton. Sinks the three-pointer.
Halliburton, a really good knockdown shooter, which adds great value to this offense.
Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. The Magic getting the bucket. Turner with the screen for Halliburton. Out to Turner. Here's the 3. And it's Suggs with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, it's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Here's Mathurin following the bucket by Orlando. Pass to Turner. Back to Mathurin. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And Turner with the basket on the assist from Mathurin.
Man, love how Turner reads the defense, sensing and seeing separation as the pass is coming his way. Man, calmly pulling up for the shot. Nice.
Kicks it out to Wagner. Carter with a screen on Mathurin. Wagner against Mathurin. Fires from the line. And it's Wagner missing.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Banchero inside, guarded by Walker. Banchero kicks to Wagner. Back to Banchero. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And it's Carter missing.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Here's Halliburton. Over in the corner, Turner. Turner with a screen for Halliburton. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
He's such a creative scorer in close. Tyrese Halliburton only needs a sliver of space to make you pay.
Tyrese Halliburton is flat out special, Clark. Yeah, you see it all the time. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for 1, Franz Wagner.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call,
You got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
No denying the future is certainly bright for Wagner. He's a superb scorer already who also is growing as a passer.
Turner with a screen on Suggs. Halliburton with the bucket. Halliburton's got 7.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Suggs. And he drops it in from the low post. 6 points for him.
And this is a guy who is really comfortable with the ball in his hands. Suggs so dangerous in the pick and roll.
Outside Turner. Suggs against Halliburton. To the paint, Siakam. Pass to Halliburton. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Orlando, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Inside.
Indiana foul.
For Orlando, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Turner with a screen for Halliburton. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
He's off on that one. Tyrese Halliburton has been on display for the Indiana Pacers. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Indiana.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. And it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. Mark, these Indiana Pacers play at one of the quickest paces of any team in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's quite fitting considering the nickname, Indiana Pacers. And they do set the pace. They love to push that rock, and they do it relentlessly. Catching you before your defense can get set. It's a beautiful way to play. Tell you what, though, you got to be in great shape to make it work.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. As your superstar says, it's like anything in life. It's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin. Just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. EA, thanks. Deep 2 from Wagner. They get it back. Carter, the pass to Suggs. Jacks up a 3. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, it's been a defensive battle to say the least, partner. Good to see at least somebody got the ball in the basket. Finally.
On the wing, Mathurin. He's defended by Wagner. Back to Turner. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Turner's got 5 now.
Big props to Turner for coming through at a big moment. I mean, these late clock baskets are demoralizing to the opposition.
And that one is good from Suggs.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Halliburton against Suggs. Turner for 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Last season, Miles Turner became the Pacers' all-time leader in block shots.
That's a pretty impressive feat when you consider some of the Pacers who played there historically. Jermaine O'Neal, Rick Smits, Roy Hibbert. Come on now. Great work by Miles Turner. So we need to give him his flowers now, and I think he's going to continue to add to that shot block total.
Carter can't get that one to fall. Pacers trail by 3.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Halliburton with it. He's got 9.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
He just powered that
one of the game's top dunkers.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
Back to Halliburton. Out to Turner, shoots the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. He's got 8.
Really like it when Turner squares up from outside because he's got a sweet stroke, and because of his size, hard for defenders to get to the shot, and it also stretches the floor, which is good for his team.
Turner against Carter. It's tipped. It's stolen by Mathurin. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
59 seconds left here in the second. Now Halliburton. Shot clock at 6. Here's Turner. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Magic have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Van Carroll looking around. Back to Isaac. Wagner outside. And it's good. 2 points. Wagner's got 5 points so far.
Textbook play inside. Wagner doing everything right in that case.
The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. The first one falls.
At the line for the Pacers, Halliburton. Making 2 shots.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Here's Wagner. Can't cash in from close range. Outside Mathurin. Siakam inside the three-point line. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Magic lead by 2. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Jalen Suggs.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
They've got Black. He's out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Wagner in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Jamal Mosley. Clark, we've got some incredible talents in this league, and you know how skilled big men are today. Wow, it is something to watch.
It really is, Kevin. I mean, you almost feel like every 7-footer in the league is a capable perimeter shooter that can consistently make threes. Man, the game has certainly changed, and I actually enjoy it. I mean, the evolution of big guys being able to stroke it that consistently is pretty fun to watch.
From deep, Bryant. The rebound by Batazzi. Orlando leading by 4. Wagner kicks to Caldwell-Pope. And the 3-ball is good. Caldwell-Pope's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, it just looks prettier from the corner, especially when Caldwell-Pope lets it go.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Black. First personal foul. First team foul.
And here is Neesmith. Still yet to score. There's the pick. Pocket 6. That's good, and the Orlando lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Toppin.
Off and running right out the bat here to start the second half.
That's exactly what they want. Get him into the offensive flow right away and then keep it going.
And there's the drive. A nice shot by Black. Black's got the lead up to 7 now for the Magic. The Pacers shooting 47%, pretty solid. Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Pacers obviously pushed the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that people want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go. And that one's good. Wagner. And the Magic lead by 7.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Here's Shepherd. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
And with their offensive firepower, have the Pacers Clark maxed out at that end of the floor?
There's still a lot of room for this team to grow offensively, Kevin. A low rate of free throws is something they can improve on. And a relatively low rate of threes and offensive boards, those are areas that can get better. I think there's another level they have to reach yet.
Here's Black. Here's Vitadze. Toppin covering. A 3-ball. Black, no good. Pacers trail by 3. Third quarter action at just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Shepherd, that's good.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps the case simply that some kind of motivational speeches at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
Driving the lane. Out the basket. Black's got 4 points this quarter. 1:09 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Shepherd, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Back to Black. From past the arc. Good on the triple. Black's got 7 points.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give.
Outside, Bryant. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. The Pacers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And so he hits the technical free throw. Tries to keep it alive. And so the ball's out of bounds. Wagner touched it last.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Halliburton. He's got 11. 15 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside Turner, just 4 to shoot. Here's the drive. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's the Magic. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Walker in at the 3. Nailed from three-point land.
a young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
Wagner passes to Banchero. Offline with his three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Turner with a screen on Suggs. Mathurin. Turner with a screen on Suggs. Here's Mathurin. Back to Turner. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Halliburton. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
Second team foul.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Halliburton kicks to Siakam. Outside Mathurin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the Pacers another three.
And with each made three, Mathurin's confidence rises, an encouraging sign.
Suggs passes to Carter. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Carter's got the game tied up here for the Magic. Suggs against Halliburton. It's Turner high post. Lays it up off the glass. And the Pacers lead by 2.
A big-time presence in the post. That's exactly what they want from Turner.
Halliburton with the steal. Mathurin against Wagner. Mathurin with the ball. And he goes in for the dunk.
And one of the better athletes in his draft class, Mathurin, with quick lift off the floor and then the power to hammer it home.
Turner with the screen. Knocked away. And stolen by Wagner. Suggs in the corner. And Suggs throws it down.
Suggs handling this business so far in this one. Really putting the work in on the offensive end.
Halliburton feeling it out a bit. Three-pointer. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
What a big-time play by Tyrese Halliburton. Simply putting his team on his back. Jalen Suggs was known for knocking down big-time hoops in college. And we're already seeing it translate here in the NBA as well. Great confidence from that young man.
Here's Halliburton. Out to Turner. Back to Halliburton. Pass to Turner. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Turner's got the lead up to 5 now for Indiana. And that one is good from Suggs. Suggs has got 6 here in this quarter.
Hey, you can see that former football player mentality and history on display with Suggs. He is fearless.
Tries again, and the call on the shot. The coach's challenge has been issued. A team like this, out of the line. This is what it's for.
Line for the Pacers. Miles Turner. 2 shots. The play will be reviewed in the NBA rule.
Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Banchero finds Suggs. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
55 seconds left in the game. Now, here's Halliburton. Into the lane. Out to Turner. Back to Halliburton. Turner with a screen on Suggs. 4 on the clock. Stolen by Carter.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
That's the way to go.
They grab their own miss. Banchero outside. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Just a tiny lead for him.
And a chance to make it a little bigger right here. And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Turner with a screen for Halliburton.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
You know, that's how it goes with Dylan here. His hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
I don't know if they should actually look for the 3 here. That's a bit greedy. I'd take a good look, even if it's a 2-point basket. Take the high percentage shot.
So a close game sees Indiana take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is...
On 2K, a look at Indiana's starting group. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton runs point with Mathurin flanking him. And it's Walker in at the 3, small forward. And from Milwaukee, inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson. And it's Prince in at the 3 slot. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Got to appreciate the decisiveness of Giannis. Rolling with purpose after setting the screen.
Turner passes to Halliburton. Lopez with the steal. Here's Lillard. There's the drive. Pass to Lopez. There's Jackson with the 3. Mathurin with a rebound. And here's Mathurin. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Doris, no secret how talented the international players are in the NBA, especially those from Canada.
Yeah, we've seen a number of Canadians come in and have a high level of impact for their team. For Mathurin, think about his availability his rookie year, played in almost every game, and this guy is a legit scorer at this level.
Now here's Lillard. And down it goes. 2 points.
Come on, man. Did you see? I mean, just using his strong frame to absorb the contact and still able to finish. Wow.
Mathurin against Lillard. Now here's Mathurin. Not a lot of room. Turner, a screen on Lillard. 5 to shoot. Here's Mathurin. Yep, that one goes.
And Mathurin is an impressive scorer, skilled at finding ways to convert around the rim.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Walker. Walker against Lillard. And he's going for the oop here. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Throw it up to the rim and let Giannis hammer it home. Never a bad idea.
Halliburton, the pass to Mathurin. Right wing. Turner against Prince. The 3, Mathurin. Prince grabs the miss. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. The offensive rebound. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Mathurin. Here's Lillard. Here's Antetokounmpo.
And just tremendous putback ability. Giannis with that length and agility, just unstoppable.
3-pointer, Halliburton. Drops in the 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Milwaukee. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Damian Lillard last season becoming the 51st NBA player ever to cross the 20,000-point threshold and the 17th fastest to ever do it. He said it's a great accomplishment and a rare space to be in. I'm like, man, I might be able to get 27 or 28,000 if I can stay healthy. Ryan, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, me either. Thanks, Allie. That free throw misses.
Damian Lillard taking 2 shots.
And he's good on the second. Indiana's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. One thing about the Pacers, Doris, they can flat out score the basketball.
It is incredible to me, B.A., how infrequently the ball sticks. They play fast, whether in transition or in the half court. They make defenses work.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Lopez. Now Antetokounmpo. He's covered by Siakam. Here's Lillard. The 3 is up. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Lillard gets so much lift on his 3-pointers. It's almost effortless how he shoots.
Turner, a screen on Lillard. Lillard against Mathurin. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Indiana shooting their first foul shot of the game. And so he hits the technical free throw.
What we know about Tyrese Halliburton, this guy always ready to push the pace. He's got a ton of energy. He's willing to outrun and outwork other guys.
Now here's Mathurin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Turner, a screen on Lillard. Mathurin passes to Turner. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Lillard outside. Jacks up at 3. Rebounded by Halliburton. Indiana trailing here. 29 seconds left in the first quarter here. Turner in the high post. Pass to Siakam. Prince against Walker. And the jam by Walker.
I mean, what an acrobatic move. Walker just leaving them speechless.
Lillard against Siakam. Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. Oh, Giannis dunks it home. Neither side willing to relent.
That's led to 8 lead changes and a bunch of drama already.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on display for the Bucks. 8 points in the quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
The other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
And Indiana looking at who they've got. Halliburton runs point with Mathurin flanking him. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Walker in at the small forward. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. So it'll be Benedict Mathurin shooting. Damian Lillard picks one up. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Pacers.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
Now here's Halliburton. Pass to Turner. Lillard against Walker. Back to Turner. Over Prince. And it's Turner, that time on the assist by Walker. Turner's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, good poise from Turner. You do not have to let the clock affect your shot. Really nice.
Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. Out to Lillard. The floater. Not going to go that time. Siakam with the defensive effort. For 3, Mathurin. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Lillard deciding where to go with it. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Mathurin. Lillard against Mathurin. And there's the lob. Oh, it's stolen by Siakam. Pass to Halliburton from behind the arc. He got it. Halliburton nails the 3.
Yeah, if you're going to concede the three-point shot to Tyrese Halliburton, he knows what a high-value shot that is.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And Trent, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. The Bucks trail by 7. Trent outside. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Trent. Now here's Lopez. Lopez, the screen on Halliburton. Prince. To stop the run. Another shot. And Lopez finishes it off. Lopez has got his first bucket in this one.
Listen, guys, Brook Lopez has a big body, and if you don't box him out, he's going to get some work done on the glass.
Here's Halliburton to the left wing.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Good work defensively by Lopez.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher. Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Here's Matherin after the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Turner, a screen on Trent. Matherin with the ball, guarded by Antetokounmpo. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Here's Jackson. Yep, that one's good.
And that's just Giannis making the right play, feeding the open man.
Indiana's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. You know, for a swing man, Trent has good size and is a sturdy, strong presence to us.
Oh, PA, he sure is. He can make an impact on the defensive end with the attributes you just talked about. Not only can he be a stopper, though, let's remember, this guy can get hot as a shooter. You better look out. He can get on a heater.
For Milwaukee, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Jackson, pass to Antetokounmpo. And a missed layup. And so it's Siakam with it. He brings it up for Indiana. Turner finds Walker. Tipped. All alone on the break. He goes up, rips down the breakaway slam.
That's about the work defensively for Gary Trent Jr., but boy, you see the instincts as a scorer, too. He turns a steal into a bucket quick.
Now here's Matherin. He has 7. Pass to Turner. Back to Matherin. Turner, a screen on Trent. To win the cold spell. The shot misses. Puts up a deep 3. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Bucks ahead. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the half-court shot. Drums, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. It's been a clinic out there by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He's been on a tear so far, throwing down some vicious dunks. I was a little worried for the rim in the first half.
Oh, his power is unbelievable. An intimidating force when he's at his best.
They've got Gary Trent, Kyle Kuzma out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Pat Connaughton, and it's Sims in at the center position. That's Doc Rivers 5 as we get into the second half. Now here's Trent. Nice move. Portis outside, lets it go from deep. Trent right side. Portis the screen. Second shot opportunity. And the basket by Trent.
Well, Trent Jr. has a reputation of being a shooter, but don't sleep on his athletic ability and skill. Nice finish inside.
Kicks it out to Bryant. Pass to Shepard. Let's go with a 3. Yes, sir. And it's Bryant picking up the assist. Shepard's got 6.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Shot's good by Connaughton.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Milwaukee making a switch here. Lillard's checked in.
Number 0, Damian Lillard.
Indiana's gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. Nembhard outside. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Bryant, a screen on Connaughton. Pulls it. And Indiana misses again. The Bucks have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
Nembhard outside. The 3. The rebound by Sims. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. And here's Lillard. Give him 8 points now. Portis a screen. Lillard passes to Portis. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. The layup off target. Portis a screen. Now here's Lillard. He's guarded by Nembhard. Stolen by Bryant. Back to Nembhard. Lillard outside. Lillard drains the outside shot.
I love how tricky Dame can be. He uses a pull-up J to catch the defender totally off balance.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Here's Nembhard. And no good. The dry spell continues. To the paint. Here's Sims. And Toppin pulls it down. Pacers trail by 4. Here's Shepherd. 6 points for him. Over to the wing. Portis against Toppin. Here's Shepherd. Back to Toppin. The rebound by Sims. Lillard against Bryant. Launches a 3. And it's Lillard with the 3. Lillard's got 14 points for the game.
Yeah, Lillard is relentless on offense tonight, getting bucket after bucket for his team.
And it's Shepherd missing.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Inside, Lillard can deliver. He's a skilled finisher.
On the wing, Bryant. And Indiana misses again. Milwaukee leading by 9. Here's Lillard. He takes it in. And the dunk by Lillard.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
And it's Shepherd missing. For Milwaukee, they've gone 7 of 10 here in the second half. Lillard double team. On the wing, Kuzma. 11 seconds left in the third quarter. There's Nesmith with the 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Nesmith's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Lillard with the ball. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, man. He knew what to do with it once it was there.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton runs point with Mathurin flanking him. And it's Walker in at the 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They've led by as many as 11.
I see him.
The teardrop. Oh, Siakam with the block.
Now that's size and length. Pascal Siakam says not now, not here.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bucks?
Just a great job running the floor in transition. Now, he realized they were tiring out the defense early, and they took full advantage.
The other thing for this team today, they have a bunch of second chance points. They're turning misses into makes.
Gary Trent Jr., he's checked in for Damian Lillard. Siakam the screen. 6 to shoot. Trent against Matherin. 4-3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds now. There's Jackson with the 3. Nails it from 3. And the Bucks lead by 11.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Oh, and Turner with a block.
Miles Turner with that length sends it back twice on the pipes. Miles.
Walker's shot is off. Milwaukee leading by 9. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. They get it again. Antetokounmpo. Oh, he's a menace in the paint. Antetokounmpo.
And attacking a somewhat helpless defense right now. Just a relentless effort.
Well, you love that there's no let-up in how they're playing. They want to dominate every aspect, including second chance points.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Then this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net. And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
Bobby Portis has checked in for the Bucks.
And Giannis will just about do anything the coaching staff asks. A true team player.
Halliburton for 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 8 rebounds in the game. Here's Jackson with the drive. And Turner with the block. Siakam with it. Guarded by Antetokounmpo. Turner finds Siakam. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Portis. Portis has got 5 rebounds in the game. Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. Prince can't hit.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Now here's Matherin. And the layup is good off the glass.
Great body control allows Matherin to finish through contact.
To the left side wing. Portis, the pass to Trent. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Walker. Trent for 3. The rebound by Turner. Pacers trail by 12. Outside Walker. Turner, a screen on Trent. Walker for 3. It's hauled in by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Walker with a steal.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Bucks.
And of course, they really dominated in the paint tonight.
They obviously came in looking to impose their will. Attacked the heart and soul of that defense. And it led to a lot of good looks.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
Here's Milwaukee. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. Prince down low. He's against Turner. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Trent for 3. On target from range.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
And here's Milwaukee now. 14 points, their largest margin of the game. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Shot is up. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. And so it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant.
Great to have you with us. Now the starting group for Orlando. The post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. Suggs out there with Franz Wagner. And it's Banchero in at the 3. And for Milwaukee, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Jackson is out there with Gary Trent. And it's Prince in at the 3 spot. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo slamming it down there, using his sensational will to finish with the flush.
Here's Wagner. Here's Isaac. And Isaac throws it down.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Well, Greg, this matchup features 2 teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
About a minute played so far here in the first. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. Now, we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force on offense when he gets a couple to fall. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if we want to contain him. We'll see if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And as we see Suggs develop his game, you'll see more of this. Jalen with the ability to operate off ball.
Now, here's Trent. Jackson in the corner. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Wagner. Prince wide open. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Banchero, and he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And it's Prince penetrating. That one's a miss. His 3rd shot of the game. He's made 1 of them. Banchero with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Banchero kicks to Isaac. And Isaac throws it down.
Yeah, you got to push Isaac out of the paint. Once he's got that position, he is going to be all over the rim.
Antetokounmpo, no good.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Well, Coach Van Gundy, you spent a number of seasons with the Orlando Magic franchise. And looking back at that time, what stands out?
Well, Kevin, what stands out for most coaches in jobs, we actually won a lot there, and the winning stands out. I coached a great group of players, inherited not only talent, but guys of high character. It was winning, and it was fun.
You did a lot of winning down there.
We did.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Stolen away. Outside Jackson. Lopez finds Giannis. Lopez, a screen on Isaac. And Giannis gets it to go.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
Knocks it loose. Trent with it. Defended now by Wagner. From deep, Prince. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Banchero outside. Carter outside. Pass to Suggs. Carter with a screen on Jackson. Here's Suggs. Lopez with the block.
And we have seen Lopez really improve his shot blocking. Adept at using that length to alter shots. And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Milwaukee has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Isaac touched it last. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat, but a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Now, here's Trent. Shot clock at 6. Over in the corner, Isaac. The Magic again can't hit. The Bucks have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Carter kicks to Suggs. And Wagner has it in the corner. Good on the three-point shot. Wagner's got 8 points.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Trent gets the bucket.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Well, if you have the killer instinct he showed there, it doesn't matter what the size disadvantage is. Yeah, you love to see a quick bucket off the inbounds. Well done.
And so it's Franz Wagner making highlights for the Orlando Magic. He notched 8. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Magic.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And not only that, their elite conditioning evident from the pace they're playing offensively. Boy, they are getting out and running.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. Jalen Suggs is out there with Wagner. And it's Banchero in at the 3 slot. Now here's Prince. Paolo Banchero unable to get his last shot to go in. Floats it. Oh, Giannis up high and down hard.
And one of the most athletic players in the league. Giannis makes those alley-oop jams look easy.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. The Bucks use their size defensively to great impact. Coach Doc Rivers said, we're not fast, we're long. So we get our fingertips on a lot of balls, and that slows fast teams down. Switching keeps guys in front of you, and the more size we can put in front of people, the better we can be. Kevin?
Yeah, you follow this with folks. The coach's challenge has been
first team foul. At the line for the Bucks.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Wagner outside. Stan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there's so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double team him, send a second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
Banchero outside. Carter on the wing. Rebound, Milwaukee. Giannis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Well, there's a unique profile for Wendell Carter Jr. Tremendous rebounder and shooter, and now he's playing on a pretty good team, and he's a big reason why.
He sure is. Look, he's really big at 6'10", 270. All right, top 20 in the league in rebounding and effective field goal percentage. Can shoot the three. Great blend of size, skill, and toughness.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
The Magic making a switch here. Bitadze's checked in. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. The Magic have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Here's Suggs. Here's Wagner. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
You like to see Giannis hitting those, but you'll live with that if you're the defense.
Carter sets the pick for Banchero. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Brook Lopez. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star grade in 2024. Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear.
Giannis showing creativity.
An amazing athlete. The length, speed. Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
They set the pick. Trains it from beyond the arc.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Jackson looking it over. Beyond the arc. Buries it from 3-point range. Jackson's got 5.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Suggs passes to Banchero. And Lopez pulls it down.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Lillard outside. 5 on the clock. Back to Antetokounmpo. Second shot opportunity. It's blocked. He got it up. That one doesn't drop. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Milwaukee on top. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
31. Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the half-court shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Well, he's already put in a full day's work. They might want to lighten the load on him in the second half.
They've got Pat Connaughton. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Portis. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Sims in at the 5. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. It's important to remember Damian Lillard was a 2-star prospect coming out of high school in Oakland. He says that the doubt I faced, what I found is I have true belief in myself. I poured a lot in and just continued to work. That's why when I struggle, I never waver because I know that I'm true to it. Eventually, I'm going to have my time. Kevin?
I think they call that game time. Hey, David, thank you.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
And he makes good on the layup. Lillard's got it all tied up now for Milwaukee.
Aggressive move by Lillard, attacking the heart of that defense.
Caldwell Pope against Lillard. Caldwell Pope outside. That one goes in. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, and then knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
And stolen by Wagner. There's the triple. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. Pass to Connaughton. Back to Lillard. Now Connaughton kicks it out to Lillard. 5 to shoot. From downtown. Rebound by the Magic. And here's Wagner. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Orlando shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. Hey, Stan, we've heard talk about players not heaving up a shot at the buzzer to protect their shooting percentage. Have you run into that at all?
Oh, Kevin, that definitely happens. Players are concerned about all of those numbers, shooting percentages being one of them, because they become a factor in contract negotiations. But they have to realize, number one, you've got to do what gives your team a chance to win. And number two, with all the analytics, teams separate out what they call heaves at the end of quarters.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Connaughton sets a screen for Lillard. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Lillard's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Magic have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to De Silva. It's rebounded by Portis.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And that one drops for him.
That first step of Lillard, deadly.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Pass to Bitadze. Gets a very good look and converts. Bitadze's got his first points of the game.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Lillard attacking. Comes up empty down low.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Black. He's defended by Connaughton. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Three-pointer. The rebound by the Bucks. And stolen by Wagner. Here's Caldwell Pope. Misses the three. There's 31 seconds left to play in the third. Kuzma kicks to Portis. Caldwell Pope against Lillard. Up top, Portis. 6 to shoot. Here's Kuzma. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Here's Black. Guarded by Kuzma. Wagner left side. Tipped away. Shoots over Kuzma. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an... How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
Second personal.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And so in the game for the Magic, Caldwell Pope out there with Black. Then there's Mo Wagner. And it's De Silva in at the small forward. Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Jackson finds Trent. Giannis sets a screen for Trent. Fast break, here they come. Banchero with the ball. Out-guarded by Giannis. Bucket is good. Banchero's got the lead up to 6 now for the Magic. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Magic.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
Giannis a screen on Wagner. Prince the pass to Lopez. Isaac with the steal.
Well, that's why it's so important to seal off those passing lanes inside. Make them earn points in the paint.
Really, really good possession there. They never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
And if you're going to pull away, now is the time to do it. Time to finish the game strong.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Suggs, screen on Trent. Here's Wagner. Now that one is his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
On the wing, Isaac. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Magic lead by 11.
Yeah, and he's got a quiet confidence. Doesn't he, guys? I mean, he's thinking about shooting the ball as the pass is coming.
Suggs against Jackson. Suggs kicks to Carter. Suggs with a screen for Carter. Count it. Carter's got his first basket.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Knocked away. Suggs with the steal. Pass to Wagner. Goes up. And finished off by Wagner.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Every aspect of Giannis's game showing tonight, just unreal.
And it's Banchero missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Down low, deflects the pass. Trent passes to Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Over in the corner, Isaac. Carter for 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Prince misses. Magic leading by 11. There's Wagner with the 3. Rebounded by Jackson. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Trent. Here's Lopez. Trent, right side. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
Drains the three-pointer.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Orlando.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jalen Suggs.
And he found a way to leave his mark on every facet of the game. His activity and energy were a huge factor.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
It's stolen by Banchero. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
Turner in at center. Halliburton runs point with Mathurin flanking him. And it's Walker in at the small forward position. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
What athleticism from Turner. My goodness. He loves getting chances to throw it down like that.
Here's Carter. Walker pulls down the board. Here's Banchero. Carter from outside. He drops it from range.
Versatility of Carter Jr. I mean, he can shoot off 1 to 2 dribbles as well as off the catch.
Here's Halliburton. Pass to Turner. The 3, Mathurin. The shot, no good. And so it's Carter who brings up the ball for the Orlando Magic. Here's Suggs. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Cleared to fly. Here comes Mr. Suggs lifting off.
And the Magic surprising many league-wide, Clark, with how they've broken through.
And the way they're winning, I might add. I mean, rugged physical defense is their identity and calling card. Not necessarily what you expect to see from a young team, B.A.
Here's Suggs. After the basket by Indiana on the other end. Offensive rebound.
And, you know, Isaac is not afraid of a little contact. When he's shooting, he looks for contact.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting for Orlando, Jonathan Isaac.
That one misses. And he sinks the second. A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Just a bit ago, Rick Carlisle and I were able to chat. He said watching tape in preparation for this game, Wendell Carter just kept showing up. Whether it was on the boards, being in the right position defensively, or even stretching the floor at the offensive end. Carter makes a lot of plays that help his team. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Now here's Suggs. Pass to Wagner. The 3. And another miss by Orlando. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor.
Jalen Suggs, first personal foul, first team foul.
Mathurin against Wagner. Mathurin passes to Siakam. Wagner against Mathurin. Kicks it out to Siakam. Sinks the tray.
The guy who can work the whole arc. Smooth corner shot by Pascal.
Orlando's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Inside. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Clark, we know how great Wagner is offensively. He's a plus defender as well.
You know what? I think he takes great pride in being a versatile, high-level defender. I mean, he focuses on that. He gives great effort there. Offense comes relatively easy. He's got a great skill set, good size and mobility. But the defense is where he's really focused on excelling, and he's doing it.
Yep, that one goes.
Really good concentration to finish despite the tough defense that time. Jalen Suggs, really strong as a finisher.
There's a screen by Turner. Here's Halliburton. Oh, Carter with the block. Wagner with it. Halliburton picks him up. Three-pointer. And Wagner gets it to go.
Hunting for that shot. Wagner wants to eat.
First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Halliburton. And he makes it on the layup. Halliburton's got his second bucket of the game.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Kicks it out to Wagner from outside the arc. And another 3 for Orlando.
Attacking right away. Once Wagner has the ball, he doesn't even think about it. Take it and go.
Pass to Turner. Back to Halliburton. Turner, a screen on Suggs. Halliburton, no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Tremendous effort from Suggs on the fast break. Tell you, it's not easy to keep up with him.
Now here's Halliburton. Siakam with it. Pass to Turner. Kicks it out to Siakam. Here's the three. Gets the three to fall. Siakam's got 6 points.
And just so accurate off the pass. I mean, I love whenever Siakam decides to go right up with it like that. Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Siakam with a screen on Suggs. Three-pointer, Halliburton. Another three for Indiana.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Jalen Suggs has been leading the charge for Orlando. 8 points in the quarter. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Magic.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
You know, something else is working for them is the three-point shooting. I mean, they've done some damage early on from behind the arc.
On the court for Orlando, Isaac in at the 4 with Carter Jr. playing the 5. Wagner is out there with Jalen Suggs. And it's Ben Carroll in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Wagner. Pass to Isaac. Back to Wagner. Isaac with a screen on Matherin. Wagner for 3. Can't hit that one. Indiana's got 4 of 7 threes to go so far in this game. Walker finds Matherin. Turner, a screen on Suggs. Here's Matherin. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Yeah, this is how impactful Matherin can be in close. He loves jamming it home.
And Carroll outside. Carter, a screen on Walker. Whoa! Emphatic finish from Ben Carroll.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Turner, a screen on Suggs. Halliburton with the ball. Now Carter defending. Halliburton surveys the floor. 4 on the clock. And the shot clock expired. 24-second violation. Orlando's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Wagner able to get the shot to go through contact and the and one on tap. Great determination that time.
Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
Outside Matherin. Turner, a screen on Wagner. Out to the right wing. And Franz Wagner picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Halliburton against Suggs. To the wing, right side. Shot clock at 5. Halliburton outside. Ooh, poked away.
Clever, crafty defense. He saw that pass coming before it was even made.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, they'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in. That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. Orlando leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Wagner. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Good decision that time by Wagner, taking it straight line to the rim. The defense had no chance to stop him.
Oh, the sweet touch inside by Halliburton.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Now here's Halliburton. He's got 12. Turner, a screen on Suggs. Back to Turner. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Halliburton. Launches it. Rebound by the Magic. I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation.
Suggs handling his business so far in this one. Really putting the work in on the offensive end.
Halliburton outside. Pass to Mathurin. And here's Turner. Back to Mathurin. Puts up a 3. The rebound by Carter. Carter's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Suggs. The kick out to Banchero. Wagner outside. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Over to the left wing. Here's Siakam. This is the jumper from the wing.
Analytics already don't favor the mid-range jumper, let alone against exceptional defense.
And so it's Orlando, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. We'll be right back. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Jalen Suggs with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up, be physical with him.
We've got Nesmith topping out there with Thomas Bryant. Then it's Shepard, and it's Nembhard in at the 2. That's the 5 for the Pacers. You know, Clark, something Kentavious Caldwell-Pope brings, that championship experience.
And every championship team has a guy like KCP, a guy who can make shots, who's always there, ultra reliable, plays both ends, doesn't step out of his role, and all he does is help you win championships. I love watching guys like that contribute in a meaningful way to championship teams. And he's a fun guy to watch because he does his job at a high level pretty much every night.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Batase. Here's Nesmith. Caldwell-Pope pulls it in.
You will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Pass to De Silva. And the layup is good. And the Magic lead by 9.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player. It's Caldwell-Pope. Love seeing that.
Right wing. Here's Bryant inside. Working on Batase. Nesmith passes to DeMarc. Off target with the 3. And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. And Caldwell-Pope gets it to go.
Love the rise and fire approach from KCP. Gotta be impressed with this guy's confidence.
Driving inside. Shepard. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Shepard's got his first points of the game. Magic leading by 10. Pass to De Silva. to Caldwell Pope for three. And Bryant pulls it down. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Here's Toppin. Here's Shepard. Toppin outside. Nembhard outside. 6 to shoot. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And here's Bryant outside. Drains the triple. Bryant's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Here's Black. Neesmith covering. Black, no good. Pacers trail by 7. Nembhard outside. Pass to Bryant.
2 minutes remaining.
Nembhard outside. From deep. Rebound by the Magic. They set the screen. Here's Batase. 1:41 left in the third quarter. And he makes it. And the Magic lead by 9.
Just what they wanted from that possession. A quality look in tight.
Here's Shepard. Pass to Toppin. Takes the 3. Drops in the 3. Toppin's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Here's Black. From deep. The rebound by Nembhard.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
And here's Shepard for 3. It's not going to go for him. Orlando leading by 6. Right side, Caldwell Pope. 43 seconds left in the third. Pass to De Silva. Here's Black. And there's the screen. Here's De Silva. The rebound by Neesmith. Bryant outside. 3 on 3. Here's Black. Here's De Silva. Pass to Caldwell Pope. The 3 is up. On target from range. Caldwell Pope's got 8 points here in the quarter. Lets it go from deep. And so it's Orlando with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Great. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Fourth quarter, on the court for the Magic. Isaac hit at the 4 with Carter Jr. playing the 5. Jalen Suggs out there with Wagner. And it's Ben Carroll in at the small forward position. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Magic.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
The 3 from Ben Carroll. Kept alive by Orlando. Isaac, the pass to Suggs. Wagner outside. 6 on the shot clock. Isaac with a screen on Mathurin. Wagner for 3. The rebound by Tyrese Halliburton.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Out of bounds, Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Turner, a screen on Suggs. With the floater, beyond the arc. Turner, no good. Orlando leading by 9. And Suggs, here we go. Kicks it out to Isaac. Walker against Ben Carroll. The three from distance. Paolo.
Yeah, there's not much Banchero can't do in the pick and roll set. He's comfortable as the roller or with the ball in his hands.
Halliburton outside. Turner, a screen on Suggs. And Franz Wagner picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And stolen by Banchero. And the Magic pushing it up now. Fires for three. No good that time. Pacers trail by 12. Halliburton finds Siakam. There's the triple. Mathurin passes to Turner. Back to Mathurin. Clock at 6. Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball. Here's Suggs. And how about that? 8 for 9 now.
Hey, you can see that former football player mentality and history on display with Suggs. He is fearless.
Here's Orlando. Good momentum. 8 straight points. Kicks it out to Isaac. He tries for three. Indiana with a rebound. And if you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. No stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity in a three-point play. That's on Wendell Carter. Well, Clark, talking about Benedict Mathurin. He's another great young Canadian player.
Yeah, they've got a ton of them coming from north of the border, PA. I mean, Mathurin, you got R.J. Barrett, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, at this point, you could probably fill a couple of rosters with high-level players that come from Canada.
Siakam, the pass to Halliburton. Here's Halliburton on the take. Count that bucket.
All Halliburton needs is a little dancing room. Once the screen provides that, he's ready to roll.
Here's Isaac. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Magic lead by 11. 1:52 left in the game. Here's Walker. Here he goes. And the jam by Walker.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans. Going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant.
A jaw-dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
Walker for three. Down it goes. And a great assist by Halliburton. Walker's got 5 points now in the quarter.
No hesitation. Nice work by Walker, not overthinking it.
And Wagner gets it to go.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Triple! Tyrese Halliburton.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Count it. Suggs has got 20 points.
This is what he gives you night in and night out. Stellar production at the offensive end.
Here's Halliburton. Takes it inside. And the dunk by Halliburton.
And this is how you carve up a defense. Halliburton slicing to the rack with real force.
Pass to Carter. Fires the three. Sends it home from three-point land.
Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up in a strong showing for the Magic.
You love how they push the ball at every opportunity.
Yeah, they really dictated the pace, and it really paid off.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jalen Suggs.
And I love his composure. He didn't try to do too much or force things, but he was ready to take advantage of every opening the defense gave him.
Here's Halliburton. Pass to Turner. Now Walker. Shot clock at 6. There's a screen by Turner. Stolen by Carter.
Indiana foul. Walker. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Banchero outside from the arc. Gets the three ball to go.
And Banchero has some range already. I mean, I want to see him continue to drain these shots.
Wagner for three. No luck on that one. So it's the Magic winning this one easily. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Let's now meet the starting. Lineup for
Welcome, everyone. So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Jackson is out there with Gary Trent, and it's Prince in its small forward. And for the Pacers, the backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Walker in at the small forward position.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job with the box out.
Got there early, and his anticipation of that play was rewarded by that call.
Halliburton kicks to Siakam. Siakam sets a screen for Mathurin. 6 on the shot clock. That one wide left. Fast break, Milwaukee. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. And it's Mathurin missing. Hey, Brett, where would you rank the Lopez brothers as the best NBA siblings?
Well, they've had storied careers, both of them. Certainly in terms of the argument about the best twins to ever play the game, you could make an argument for them. You had, of course, Tom and Dick Van Arsdale in the 60s, Horace and Harvey Grant in the 90s. But what the Lopez brothers have been able to do, not in terms of their longevity, but in terms of their contribution to their teams, both very different. These guys have to be up there.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton.
Makes decisive decisions on the hardwood. Once Turner saw the catch and shoot opportunity, he was locked and loaded.
Now here's Trent. Outside Jackson. Fires for 3. Can't get it to fall. He's missed the second after making his first. Halliburton against Jackson. It's Turner, high post. Rob. And they're moving it up. Floats it up for Giannis. It's stolen by Mathurin. And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way.
And Mathurin proving he can be unselfish, wanting to find his teammate.
On offense, here are the Bucks. Trailing by 2. And Antetokounmpo inside. Covered by Siakam. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Jackson passes to Lopez. Prince with it. Back to Lopez. Turner with the steal. Halliburton feeling it out a bit. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The rebound by Prince. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Rick Carlisle and I did speak a few minutes ago. I talked with Coach about how he plans to stop Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. Coach laughed and then asked me, do you have any ideas? Giannis is an impossible matchup. We just hope to slow him down a little. As always, it's very difficult to game plan for the Greek Freak, a multiple-time MVP. Kevin?
Thanks, David. And so here is Indiana. following the bucket by the Bucks. Out to Turner. Pass to Walker. Turner with a screen for Walker. Back to Turner. Shot clock at 6. Halliburton outside. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Takes it out to Siakam. Walker the pass to Siakam. He can't get that one. Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
Turner with a screen on Jackson. Halliburton for 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And here's Trent after Tyrese Halliburton was able to get the triple. To the middle. Here's Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
They like to use Giannis in the pick and roll situations. He's getting better at understanding how to set the screens. But a rolling target, boy, he's a good one.
Halliburton outside. Here's Turner. Count it! He caught it!
That's how you do it. Stay patient, wait for the opportunity.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Pacers out in front. Up 1. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Indiana.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense.
Okay.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Yeah, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Jackson finds Prince with his first shot attempt. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Brent, one thing we've seen these days, 3-point variance. Can you explain it?
Well, Kevin, who's hot and who's not? That's basically what it comes down to. Look, coaches are going to have strategies against teams. A lot of teams are taking a lot more threes, but on a night where they are knocking down shots that you're willing to live with, it's when you just tip the cap, take the loss, and move on.
Offensive rebound. Lopez outside. Pass to Trent. Clock at 6. It's Prince on the wing. Knocks down the 3-ball. Prince has got 5 points now this quarter.
But when he's spotted up like that, Taurean Prince, those percentages go up. Very comfortable on that one.
Here's Halliburton. Out to Turner. Back to Halliburton. Indiana moving the ball around. To Siakam. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact. Outside Jackson.
And the 3 off target. The Pacers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And it's Walker penetrating, and the dunk by Walker.
For his size, Walker had great burst off the bounce.
They double him with Siakam. Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Good work defensively by Turner.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. Pocket 2. And it's Mathurin missing. Bucks have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Prince looking around. And it's Mathurin with the rebound.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
All sorts of time, and the basket is good. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Prince, the pass to Giannis. Wow, Giannis with a strong finish inside.
And I like that. Giannis slowing down just a little bit, in control there.
On the wing, Mathurin. Siakam sets a screen for Mathurin. Pass to Halliburton. Out to Turner. The 19-foot shot. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
It's not much a defender can do against Giannis there.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Turner with a screen on Jackson. Here's Halliburton. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
Here's Lillard. The rebound by Turner. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. A chance now to send it over. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the Fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively. But he's going to keep going at it.
You've got Shepard. Thomas Bryant is out there with Obi Toppin. Then there's Andrew Nemo. And it's Neesmith in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half. A shot by Sims, no good. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The Pacers shooting just their second attempt at the line tonight. Indiana leading. Now Shepard. The kick out to Bryant. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
It's stolen.
Out of bounds.
And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. And for Milwaukee, their shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Now, here's Lillard. Defense is right there. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I'm telling you what, on the other end, you're just waiting for when it's going to happen. Lillard is going to come at you.
The Bucks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
On the top of the key. No good that time.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Connaughton kicks to Kuzma. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Lillard the pass to Portis. Toppin pulls it in. Indiana trailing here. 90 seconds now into the second half. Pass to Shepherd. Toppin sets a screen for Shepherd. 6 to shoot. High post, Bryant. Suns with the rebound. Now here's Connaughton. Hasn't made one yet. Lillard outside. Here's the screen. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Smart and aggressive. Lillard repeatedly dominating the pick and roll set.
Top Nemo. Covered by Lillard. Pass to Toppin. Here's Shepherd. He's defended by Connaughton. Here's Nesmith. The 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Nesmith has got the game tied up here for the Pacers. Lillard surveying the D. And he makes that one. Lillard's got 6.
Lillard finding a way even there amongst the trees.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Third team foul.
That free throw good from Nemo. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Lillard outside. And Lillard throws it down.
And don't let the size fool you. Damian Lillard, he can get up there.
The Pacers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Bryant a screen on Lillard. Here's Nembhard, covered by Lillard. Nembhard the pass to Bryant. Just 5 to shoot. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Bryant's got his first bucket in this one. Lillard with it, picked up by Bryant, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Yeah, not something you want to do. You let Lillard drive all the way to the rack, and he will throw it down.
And there is a whistle. That goes on Andrew Nembhard. That's his first foul. And the wide open shot from Connaughton. Buries the long-range jumper.
3 points.
Now it's a 5-point Milwaukee lead. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Bucks have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. He gets it in there.
Some nights, Lillard can just keep going and going.
Indiana's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Shepherd the pass to Nesmith. Looking to end the run. It doesn't go for him. Milwaukee leading by 7. Lillard with it. Picked up by Shepherd. The 3. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
Coaches always talk about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. They have definitely increased their energy level here.
No issues on that one. Good work all around. And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
And every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Over to the wing. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
Substitution on the court.
Halliburton outside. The shot, no good. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Bucks. What? And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Jackson is out there with Gary Trent, and it's Prince in at the 3 spot. Halliburton against Jackson. Turner for 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The Bucks working the ball around. And Lopez throws it down.
Lopez at that size has no trouble throwing it down.
Here's Halliburton. The teardrop falls in.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
To the inside, unloads. Bank shot, no good. Pacers trail by 10. Turner with a screen on Trent. Here's Halliburton. Trent against Halliburton. Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the jam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
From deep, Walker. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. Walker's got it back down to single digits for the Pacers. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Walker. And it's Trent off the drive.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Siakam, right side. 6 on the shot clock from the arc. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Yeah, you got to get out on that. Siakam demonstrating that ability to hurt you from beyond.
Here's Trent. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Walker against Lopez. Sinks that one from the post. And the Bucks lead by 10.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Halliburton kicks to Siakam. And here's Walker. Turner with a screen on Prince. Walker the pass to Siakam. From outside the arc. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 4 rebounds in this game. There's Giannis. Look out below.
Yeah, you could throw that pass just about anywhere, even the top of the square for Giannis to go and get.
They get a hand on it. Stolen by Jackson. Trent outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Siakam.
And Giannis that time just making the most of that play, getting the foul, still getting the shot off.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time.
And using that body to his advantage, Mathurin will learn to control his strength as he grows in the league.
The wide open look here for Lopez. Offline with his 3. And Walker's got the ball here for the Pacers. It's a 10-point game. Siakam sets a screen for Mathurin. Pass to Turner. Just 5 on the clock. Walker looking for an opening. And it's off from three-point range.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Milwaukee.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
From deep, Antetokounmpo bangs home the trifecta.
For 3.
And the Bucks lead by 14.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this one.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Prince wide open. Pass to Lopez. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. So it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This was a very strong showing for him. Much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and